Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat for Career Mode. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we do some Xfinity series in Iowa and Chicago. There you see the truck in the background, but I was in the truck for that race, so I didn't show it. So it wasn't no subscriber in that one, but we come straight through into Iowa. This one being a 13% race, and the Chicago race will be a 25% race. Like I said, we're going to try doing 13 and 25 just to kind of get a few shorter races here in the Xfinity series so we can advance to the Cup Series a little bit quicker, as I don't really want to be stuck down in the lower series for too much longer. Then we're going to kind of get behind now as we get ready to go green. Though it wasn't a very good qualifying effort for myself here at Iowa, starting in P24, and obviously just refusing to use custom setups in these lower series is certainly costing me at times. Now as we go down through turns 1 and turns 2, jumping up to the top lane, we have a rival of Ross Chastain there on the bottom. We get past him with no problems now as we head down this back straightaway behind our other rival of Elliott Sadler as we go down through turns 3 and turns 4 up the inside of the 15 of BJ McLeod, and we've made a 4-wide move right there, and it pays off. There you see the little lighting glitch with replays is they still use the end lighting of the race even at the beginning of a race in a race replay. So you're going to see it at this first couple stages where it's going to be dark in the replay mode, and when it's actually daytime, there's you saw him get to the inside there of the zero car, get into the side of him and made him loose, and he would actually be able to fight back, because as we came through on lap 5 of 6 approaching the white flag here in stage 1, I was just struggling so much with the pace in this car as we head down the front straightaway, crossing the line to start the white flag as we go down towards turns 1 behind Caswell, and the number 21 car just about getting into the back of him there, but we do keep it off of him now as we come through to exit turn 2, heading down the back straightaway. Certainly struggling on the pace now as we go down through turns 3 and turns 4, sending it up the inside there of the zero car of Smith-Lane just about, but he stays clear now as we almost look to the inside of a net, but we have nothing for them as we come through to cross the line here in stage 1 to get a 17th place finish. So pretty disappointing. Quick first 2 stages, obviously only a handful of laps. I actually had someone complaining on the last video that the races were too short. 13% and 25% were apparently too short, and the tire wear was too low, so there was a complaint about that, but I'm going to say right now that will not be changing. We'll be running the same stuff for the rest of the Xfinity series. And now as we come through to start the second stage here at Iowa from P17, a good restart as we look to the inside of the zero of Smith-Lane as we go down into turns 1. Obviously these restarts are going to be, I think, our best shot to gain these positions, as it felt like track position was very important in this race, at least in these early first handful of laps in these stages as we go through turns 3 and turns 4 of the inside of the 51 of Jeremy Clements now to come through on the exit of turns 4, heading down this front straightaway, coming through to complete the first lap of this second stage. And we are now up into P13 as we make that pass on Clements as we go down through turns 1 and turns 2 through the center of the corner, and all of a sudden felt like that the longer this race was going, the more it was playing into my hands as we went down this back straightaway into turns 3 behind the 08 Panini car of Greg Gaulding. Hopefully he's not a meanie now as we exit turns 4, just about getting into the left rear of him, but he stays clear at that moment. But as we came through on the white flag in the stage on lap 7, we had actually passed Gaulding and another car, but actually Gray would be able to get back past me and then drive forward, so he was now up inside the top 10 as we had now approached Noah Gregson as we went down into turns 3 and turns 4 for the final time here in the stage up the inside, trying to get a top 10 position as we exit turn 4, but sideways on the exit of the corner. We're going to slide up the track, and Gregson will edge us out as we come through to cross the line, and we get P11 here in stage 2. So a solid effort, and as the longer this race is going on, the better this car seems to be getting. So we were getting ready now for this final stage. We have enough fuel to get to the end. Tires look half decent now as we get ready to go green here to start the third and final stage now here in the Xfinity Series at Iowa. Now as the green flag is back on, we are on the way for the final stage here at Iowa Speedway. There you see the 19 of Brendan Jones just in front of me, 15 laps to go as we make the stretch down towards turns 1 and turns 2. Definitely feeling like the longer this race goes, we'll have a top 10 contender car now as we exit turn 2, getting sideways on the exit of the corner there, getting into the back of John Hunter Nemechek, just about going wrong, nearly hitting Gregson as we go down into turn 3, and sideways Gregson goes on the 9, but he makes a big save there as we come through the exit of turn 4. I don't think I touched him, but maybe I did when I was saving the car, but it didn't look like I got into him now as we cross the line behind Greg Gaulding as we go down through turns 1 and turns 2. So now Gregson, a little bit of a setback for him, or actually a pretty big setback now as you would exit turn 2, 2, clearing the 22 now of Austin Cindric. We had driven up to now to position number 8 as we went through turns 3 and turns 4. Justin Allgaier leading the way at this point as we exit turns 4, heading down the front straightaway. We would actually lose a spot though and drop down to P9 as we came to lap 25. Now running this top lane because I saw some other drivers trying it, and I figured maybe I could save some tires in the process now as we have just 9 to go once we cross the line. And our other teammate of Cole Custer currently was leading the way as he went down through turns 1 and turns 2, like I said, continuing to run the top, but we end up getting a caution here with 9 laps to go. I couldn't find what brought it out, but as you see me scroll through the list there, you see Vinnie Miller brought the yellow out. Now as we get ready to restart here in a late race scenario here in Iowa as the green flag is back out, and it's only going to be a handful of laps to go, 6 to be exact, behind Brandon Jones from 9th place as we go down in turns 1 and turns 2. There you see up ahead Justin Allgaier making it 3 wide for the lead with Custer and Nemechek, and he goes from 3rd to 1st as I'm dealing with an ill-handling car on the exit of turn 2, just very sideways, but we still have the control over this car as we go down into turns 3 and turns 4. There you see Allgaier already losing the lead as he had moved up to the top lane, and that completely destroyed anything that he had. So as we came through now on the next lap of lap 30, we had actually gotten to the inside of Allgaier for a moment, but he had the momentum on the exit of the corner. He was flying on the exit of these corners, but he was losing way more time on the entrance and through the center of the corner to where he couldn't quite make it up to the center, or sorry, on the exit of the corner. So we passed Allgaier, and we come through with 2 laps to go here in Iowa now as we come through turns 1 and turns 2. I had jumped up to the outside at this point, and we look to the outside of Brandon Jones as we go down this back straightaway, now up into P4 as we go down through turn 3, and as we came through to start the final lap now, closing in on the back of our teammate of Cole Custer, John Hunter Nemechek in the 23, leading the way as he has been dominant here lately in our career mode now as we head down this back straightaway for the final time here at Iowa Speedways. We go down into turns 3 and turns 4. We're going to lunge it up the inside there of Custer, trying to make a big move as we exit turn 4, but I have to get out of the throttle to make sure we don't take out our teammate of Custer as we would cross the line to finish in P4 here at Iowa. So I was very happy with that. I forgot, I think, to show the points after this one as we would jump straight into Chicagoland. No, actually, there they are. So P8 in the points. Custer and Reddick, the top 2 drivers in points, still without a victory. So you would not expect to see that, but that's certainly the situation we got going now as we came through now into Chicagoland. This was a track I was not looking forward to because I know how my pace was here in NASCAR Heat 3, and I figured it was going to be very similar here in NASCAR Heat 4 as well, and sure enough, it would show in qualifying. You see right here, way down the field, as it was not a very good qualifying effort at all for myself now as we get ready to take the green flag now from P19 here in Chicago. So certainly going to need some help if we want to get a strong finish now as we cross the line. This one was up to a 25% race as we go down towards turns 1 and turns 2 for the first time here today in Chicagoland. There you see our teammate of Cole Custer leading the way, still looking for win number 1 on the season. Like I said, not what you would expect from Cole Custer, who is currently leading the points right now as we head down this back straightaway, making some moves now to the inside there of the 22 of Austin Cindric as we go through turns 3 and turns 4. The bottom line is exactly where I'm going to stay at the beginning of this race, as I felt like just trying to run the top was a complete disaster for myself after what I had done in practice. Obviously, we might have to try it later in this race if we can't find anything now as we go down through turns 1 and turns 2, moving up into P13, actually trying to take P12 as we exit turn 2 from Cindric there as he has the momentum down the back straightaway. That outside works very well for the AI, it seems like now, as we go down towards turns 3 and turns 4. We had actually moved up into P11 as we came to lap 6 of 10 in the first stage. Now we had Justin Haley, though, looking to my inside as we're going to make it 3 wide up the middle with Haley and Chastain, our rival. Haley gets clear easily now as we exit turn 2, just about getting into the left rear there of Ross Chastain as we head down this back straightaway. Now we're going to look to the inside of Chastain as we go down into turn 3. He's going to try and crowd us, and sideways Chastain goes, we push him, and he keeps it straight, and we both keep on going as we exit turn 4. We would then get to the inside of Brandon Jones, who had actually made an attempted pass on me. The stage would actually get ended early due to an incident behind us. I couldn't figure out what happened there because it wasn't Chastain, because he was only a few positions behind. So a very interesting end there as Ryan Sieg actually won the first stage. Not what you expect to see, as it's a great opportunity for him. Now as the green flag, though, is out, and now stage 2 is underway here at Chicagoland now as we come through to cross the line, 13th in stage 1. So obviously we have some work to do, but we did make up some ground in this opening first stage here in Chicago. So I had a little bit of confidence building up. I was like, okay, maybe we do have something now. Getting very aggressive through turns 1 and turns 2 with the 36 and the 11 of Haley, and I believe the 36 was Joey Gase now, as we're going to make it 3 wide again up the inside now of Christopher Bell and Michael and Ned as we go down through turns 3 and turns 4. But right here is really where I felt like the pace in the car was starting to drop off compared to these front runners now as we come through down the front straightaway, trying to stay up the inside of Christopher Bell as we come through to complete the opening lap here in stage 2, now trying to make that pass complete on Bell for P7 as we get to the back there of Noah Gregson. Now as Bell is a draft partner, I forgot to turn those off and he hits me in the bumper, but we do keep it straight now as you head down this back straightaway. I keep forgetting to turn the draft partners off, so I definitely need to do that now as we came through on 6 laps to go in this second stage. Christopher Bell putting some pressure on me as we go through turns 1 and turns 2. I had actually moved up to the top lane trying to simply get the draft from Tyler Reddick, and it does not work at all because we get way tight, allowing Bell to get clear, and now Haley would come through as well on the inside to make a pass. So I'm really starting to struggle with the pace at this point in the cars. Go through turns 3 and turns 4. Behind us there's Gase and Cindric battling side by side as we would do everything I could to stick with these guys, but Cindric had gotten past me as well as we had dropped down to P10, approaching the white flag here in the second stage, at least trying to get some stage points now as we head down, crossing the line, the white flag in the air as we go down towards turns 1. Cindric, Haley, Bell all battling it out as we try to get into this battle, sending it up the inside there of Christopher Bell, now sliding in. We hit the apron and sideways we go, but we make a save now as we exit turn 2. Bell with a big run on the outside now as he heads down the back straightaway. Gase trying to close in on me as quick as possible as we go down through turns 3 and turns 4 for the final time here in the second stage now, as it's Reddick leading that little group of Cindric, Bell, and I believe that is Justin Haley as we come through though to cross the line to get P10 here in stage 2. So a solid effort at least in the second stage, but once again struggling quite a bit at the end of the stage. So we would actually be coming to the pit lane. Allgaier wins the stage. I would take 2 cans of fuel, 4 tires, and here is where I decide we're going to actually make an adjustment to the car. I put the wedge down to 48.7, so 3 clicks down, as I felt like the car really needed to be loosened up now as we actually gain 2 positions. Noah Gregson loses 7, so a terrible restart for Noah Gregson. But now we get ready to start the third and final stage as the green flag is back out from P8. Can we get our way forwards? Putting in these loose adjustments should help the car, I think, in the long run now, as Tyler Reddick's looking a little bit ambitious as we're going to give him a shot to the bumper. As we go down through turns 1, he's going to make a 3 wide on the outside as we're going to try and get up the middle between him and Austin Cindric. A little bit sideways there, getting into the side of the 2. We both hang on to it now as we're almost getting turned, but Noah Grayson who hooks us in the left rear, more contact with the 2. Now we get into the 36, sideways Williams goes, that's not Joey Gase, and the 36 we get into the back of him again, and now we have damage on the front end, and now we get hit from behind by Chase Briscoe. A terrible restart for myself as it's gone horribly wrong on this opening lap in the third and final stage. Now as we go down towards turns 1 and turns 2, now as we just about get into the back of Joey Gase there, as I really had to slow up as we come through the center of the corner, and immediately I'm noticing a big issue. The car was feeling tighter than before, and I'm not sure if that was maybe because I got into the back of someone there, obviously in through turns 3. That's what I was maybe thinking it was. But either way, the car was much tighter now as we get hit once again behind Chase Briscoe hits us from behind as we head down this front straightaway. So now we're really concerned at this point that we were going to lose a lot of ground, and sure enough, we come through on lap 29, really dealing with a tight handling car there as I get a little bit defensive over my teammate Chase Briscoe, and then I decide, okay, I have absolutely nothing for our teammate Briscoe now as we push up a little bit into the wall through turns 3 and turn 4. Like I said, dealing with an extremely tight car after that restart, and pretty much just threw the rest of this race away because of just a little bit of a mistake now. As we came through on lap 35, we had our rival now, Ross Chastain, behind us. You see up ahead, it's almost a train of cars running that top, but Ross Chastain, our rival, has run us down as we head down this back straightaway. I'm going to go a little bit defensive over him, but he is certainly making it known that he does not like us, so I decided, okay, it's not really worth wasting our time on Chastain dealing with a car that's just driving horribly at this point, so we let Chastain go. We showed some promise at the end of stage 2, made adjustments, and somehow the car has gotten worse. There's again onto the apron there as we exit turn 4 here on lap 42, running P18. Noah Gregson had actually driven his way through to take the lead. There's across the line, the caution comes out here with 8 laps to go in the race. no need to pit, so we would get right back into the action here late in Chicago. 5 laps to go once we cross the line. Noah Gragson looking for win number 1 on the season. He could have gotten win number 1 in Charlotte, but I actually had to try and spoil the party on a late race restart. Obviously, we're not going to have an opportunity to do that today. There's I'm already loose through turn 1 as I cut down to the inside lane as we come through on the exit of turn 2. Now dealing with a loose car at this point on the exit of the corner through the center. So this car has been all over the place this whole race now as we go down towards turns 3 and turns 4, getting onto the apron just a little bit, sliding up into the side there just about Brandon Brown as we exit turn 4, trying to keep off of him, and thankfully we do, but just continuing to lose pace now as we would come through, though. With 2 to go, we had actually been able to get to the inside now of the 35 who would pass me, and we would retake P18 as we went through turns 1 and turns 2. But like I said, a promising end to stage 2 has gone into a complete disaster throughout the rest of this race as we came to the final lap now, exiting turn 2, heading down this back straightaway for the final time here at Chicagoland. There you see the 35 with a run as we go down towards turns 3 and turns 4 for the final time here at Chicagoland Speedway. The 35 doesn't look like he's going to quite have enough now as we exit turns 4, heading down the front straightaway for the final time. It's going to be a very disappointing finish here in Chicagoland as we cross the line to finish down in P18 as Ryan Sieg actually was able to steal the win from Noah Gragson. So now Ryan Sieg is inside of the playoffs as Custer and Reddick are still winless this season, so very surprising for them. Obviously, we've got a couple wins on the season, so we can afford bad runs like this.
Don't worry about that last race. Just focus on the next one.
There you have it from our teammate Cole Custer with wise words. Just focus on the next one. Just so disappointing, though, that we couldn't finish better. Like I said, we had so much pace towards the end of that second stage, and I just think that maybe just running into the back of that one car going into turns 3 might have made the car tighter. At least I hope so. That wasn't an adjustment, because I made a car to get looser adjustment, I should say, and it was really tight in that final stage, which was unfortunate, but we have to move on from it. So as always, though, if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. In the next one, we will have the truck series with a subscriber back in the truck. I'm not in the truck for that one, so it will be one of you guys, as well as we have Daytona and the Xfinity series, and we're also going to have Kentucky. So that will be a fun one. So hopefully we can have some good runs at Daytona and Kentucky as well. So I will see you guys in the next episode. There you see the point standings right now in the playoff grid. So thank you for watching, everybody, and have yourselves a great day. I will see you guys in the next video.